say, wow, let's enjoy some fun conversation. We'll be shooting the shelf around the nation. Let's start shooting the shelf.
Oh, hey, we're live. Hi, everybody. Good morning. I think I'm on a delay.
You are.
But that's okay. Curtis is drinking from a big yellow cup.
Orange. It's a fuzzy taco.
I'm pretty sure that's a cup.
No, it's a fuzzy taco cup. Yeah, Fuzzy's Taco Shop.
Should I leave and come back? I feel like I'm
Probably.
I'm like two Velcro.
How about I do the
behind.
chat while you leave and come back? Yeah, we're gonna do that. Here, let me remember. There we go. That guy. Actually, let me do that. Hey, look at that. I like this solo layout. This is Curtis taking over, shooting the shelf. I'm about to shoot it. It's already been shotting. All right, folks. Good morning. I guess I think that's the thing we say. Let's see who we got out there. We got Brian Carr in the chat. We've got Dub3 in the house. Hey, Jesse, welcome back.
Hi.
We got Crom316. Saw Mark in the customizing studio today. Blake, aka Recon Rage, saw him on New to Mythics today. Let's see. MJ Staten is here. We've got old PB Customs himself, Patrick Boyle. Pretty sure we've got PB and Jay here tonight. So Darla Akerman is here. I know her.
Just trying to start stuff before we even get going.
That's our guest. We got PB and Jay. William Husted is in the house. We've got Hulessum Warlock, our good buddy Jordan. Happy birthday, Jordan.
Happy birthday.
Happy belated celebration birthday from last night, and happy early birthday for your actual birthday, which is not yet. There you go. We've got Jeremy Gouvier here in the house.
I turned it off.
SD Marshall. We got HV here. We've got Nate Strong, Paul Morales. We've got Dave Orkin of the Orkin clan. We've got James Studio Sasamudio. Next we have I Am. He's here. The rest is all silent. We've got Kevin McCoy of the McCoy family as well. We got Mark Rivera here. He won a prize last night on PGG. Cincy John is here. Got low fidelity. Now it's content. Low fidelity content in the chat. So there we go. Carver Customs is here. I saw him for a little bit today in the studio. Let's see. Did I already get Michael Morales? If so, there he is again. Jesse pulling double duty. He's in the chat. He's on the screen. Ice, that is my son Ty. Hi Ty. And yes, we are shooting the shelf. Jen Syak, aka Lucky Sprinkles, is here. We've got Stacy Lynn. So 3 Lyns here. Stacy used my brushes on Saturday morning on Mod Squad. So that was cool to see. We've got Chris Johnson here as well. Tanya McCoy. She was back. She's back, baby. This week on Legion's Ladies as well as on Mod Squad. Didn't see her in the studio today, but that's all right. I was a little sad, but it's okay. You know. Kemp Poole, he's here. And before he asks, damn it. Yes, it is live. I thought I was going to try to get him, but Schmerber's here. Nice new to Mythics this morning, Schmerby. Rick Emmert is here. We've got Twizzler 19. Scrolling. We got Douglas Tupper here.
What is
Dork Glare? I'm sorry.
I don't know what's getting explained to me. I understood everything that's been said so far this evening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Dorglair says it's already been shot. It has. Let's see. Scrolling. Eduardo de Jesus, which I revealed this weekend that is my trick for getting into character for our playtesting game, because I'm using like a little bit of a Zorro type accent, and so I practice saying Eduardo de Jesus before we start. So that's how I get into character. Santos Rivera is here, so we've got a couple of
Peek behind the curtain, folks.
Yeah, exactly. I hope I didn't just break an NDA by giving away that trick. Damn it. Let's see. We got Even Stick in the chat. We must have got a lot of likes already because Trevor, the 1/6 shooter, is here. He is shooting the Shelve at the airport. They don't like that.
Safe travels, my friend.
Yeah, they don't like you shooting at the airport. So be careful. Be careful there. Let's see. Got Stacy Marshall here. And yeah, I think that is everybody. Yeah, I can't get Kent. Did I miss somebody? Oh yeah, I got Ed because I talked about how that's how I say his name to get into character. But Darla wants me to recognize Ed again. So Eduardo de Jesus. So there you go.
I don't want to know why Darla asked you to say that again. There's some weird Addams Family going on right now.
Maybe she likes that accent. She likes when I get into Zorro. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
She does like those Zorro movies. I don't know. You might be onto something. I might have to before I hit the bedroom tonight practice some Eduardo.
No, all right. So hey, speaking of Twizzlers, I left a pack of Twizzlers in my car all week and let them get all hot and squishy in the sun, and that was the best. Also,
you know what else is the best? When we have two on the show.
Yes. But before we get those two, last week I was so out of it, I did not get to say thank you to our buddy, where'd it go?
Billy Beige. The Wolf King?
No.
V-Dog?
Yeah.
The Wolf?
Right?
Yeah. V-Dog?
V-Dog, Michael, that's MJV?
I don't know. I just know V-Dog.
Well, Michael James Year gave me some rogue cards last week at the toy show, which was very cool. They were nice sealed things. And Jay from Low Fidelity, your stuff was getting a lot of attention and talks on the Wolf King table. So just wanted to give you a shout out there. People, as always, are really dig your super turbo dork stuff and well, what do they call it? They're the really neon. I forget what they call it.
Color shift?
Not the color shift. I mean, the color shifts are the turbo dork, but it's like the bright neon. It looks like Toxic Avenger kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think you want to tell somebody that their stuff looks like Toxic Avenger.
No, there's something.
Your stuff looks like radiated waste.
It's the fluorescent, but he knows what he'll know. He'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Jordan says fluorescent. I don't know. I'm not sure what word you're looking for.
Fluorescent, but it's
UV reactive.
No.
Black light. No, black light.
I mean, those things all apply. Like it's kind of that kind of thing, but it's driving me crazy now. Well, here you go. I'm going to let you read this one so you can get your.
Yeah, we get a $2 super chat from Eduardo de Jesus. Says more practice for you, Curtis. Say my name. I'm going to keep doing it until Wholesome Warlock makes this the new clip for PGG when you come on, instead of the one where Van is, reading your thing. So we'll see. Can I get there? I don't know. Steph also jumped into the chat. Welcome, Steph. So now we got 2 Orkins here. And I thought I saw somebody else jump in. No, guess not. Splatter paint? No, I already said color.
No, it's something to do with the neon colors. I forget what they called it. Anyway, it's been said at every show, and I'm drawing a blank.
No, that's not it.
No.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Ed.
Well, hey, folks, like Curtis said,
Maybe you
have
guys
two
could use that for Latin legions. Hold on, let me embiggen myself real quick. Eduardo de Jesus. There you go. You can clip that. Use it. Sorry, I'm doing.
I feel like that's going to be as authentic as like a knockoff Taco Bell.
I don't know. I just hear Darla repeating it over and over again over there.
I heard her laughing. Before we get lost any more in the weeds here, folks, we've got two special guests joining us tonight. Both of them have been on before. We love having them on the channel. So give your digital applauses of welcome, warmth, and things to the one and both onlys, Patrick Boyle and Joe Gonsalves.
Hey guys,
everybody.
Hi everyone.
Yep. Just when you thought that PB&J couldn't get any better, we cut off the crust.
So I have to tag on to Curtis's because Eduardo de Jesus is how he prepares. So I thought that I would share how I prepare, to get ready to run the game for these guys. And it's like this. Okay. So that's my routine before we start.
Gotcha. We also had Paul Zach jump in, as well as Eric Miller, the amazing Eric Miller. He's got a Kickstarter that he did some work on that is out there right now. Legends of Ramayan, which I might be pronouncing that incorrectly, but I think it's got 21 days left. So definitely go check that out. Endless
Eric
Fable
Miller
popped in as well. I believe it's 21 because I think we looked at it last night and it was 22.
No, I meant the color thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me get these couple more out. Rosedale Studios, and I think that's it. Okay. Ask your question to Eric Miller. Here, I will embiggen you. You
Eric
can wait.
Miller, you don't need to embiggen me. I don't know. Put it back.
Here, I'll unsmallen you. You can wait. I'll unsmallen you. There you go. How about I medium you?
Whatever. Color. It's not color shift. It's bright neon colors. There's a special name for it. It's kind of the stuff that like the toys of the Toxic Avenger. It's kind of that bright, kind of acid neon colors. I don't know. Maybe
Aaron says phosphorescent. Is that it?
It's not phosphorescent.
And you're sure it's not strip
It's got
club?
like a cool name. It's like blank blank. It's not acid wash, but it's like something like
Strip
that. It's
club.
Like, no.
I'm pretty sure it is. I think you just might not have heard it in a while. No. Okay.
You don't want to shine a light on a strip club. The stuff he's got on the toy shelf, you want to shine lights on because they're amazing.
Gotcha. Got a $2
super chat.
Yeah, well, $1.99 super chat from Kevin McCoy, because on a iPhone it goes in 99-cent increments. So this is not to shame somebody, because I've been shamed as I've put my iPhone super chats in, because they're not round numbers. Like, you got to choose out of the 1 cent. It's an iPhone thing. So I get it, Kevin. We're going to get to Jesse knowing what he's talking about in a second. But Kevin, $1.99 super chat says, do it again. One more time, Curtis. Eduardo de Jesus. There you go. So Jesse, here we go. This is it. This is what you were looking for.
Dayglow. Yeah.
I don't think you're allowed to say that.
No.
Yeah, I think they that's one of those banned words, but also Terrence had it as well, but he's got a space in it. So I don't know if there's a space or not a space. We don't know the answer yet. So I
think it's only offensive if the Italian, or if the paint is Italian. So if it's,
like if it says Fragile on the side.
Right. Yeah. Then that's not allowed,
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. This just in, Dayglow is actually Nordic for strip club. So, there you go.
So here at the beginning of the show, we have a segment called Shelf Selections.
Yeah, we do. This is where Jesse and
someone has been really lax about posting the recaps recently.
I'm sorry.
Won't
I will
point
get
any
better.
fingers.
Yeah, I will get better at that. So yeah, shelf selections were inspired. We picked some things out. See, Greg jumped in with us as well as Freaks Figures. Welcome, guys. Thank you for jumping in. So also we do have a giveaway tonight. We'll get to that after shelf selection, but yeah, tell your friends, tell your mama. We got a giveaway. Starting off, number one, this is one of my picks. This is Dirk's Designs with some amazing biblical adventure photography here. You know, these like gargoyle-y, demon-y things were like gonna wreak havoc, but no, Jesus is here to save the day. And yeah, I mean, he comes riding in on his motorcycle like Jesus does. I mean, everybody's heard that one played out before. And then he's just taking them out. So there's this one sneaking up behind him here, but I don't think it's going to get, I think he knows that it's there. He's just kind of biding his time. Probably going to take that one out with like a machete, but yeah, I mean, just, you know, you see this all over the internet with Jesus, you know, with the firearms and stuff, but I thought this was one of the better ones that I had seen. So Jesse?
Dirk is having fun with his toys and he's outside. I love it.
Very nice. Yeah, Joe, thoughts on this one?
This is the most American photo I've seen in quite a while. So
very Merca. Very Merca.
The gold AK, you know, very awesome. Loving that. And the fact that the demons actually look concerned as they're running away, I enjoy that. So that the darker one actually looks afraid.
The darker one kind of looks like Zombie Kent, the way he's kind of. Yeah. Patrick, thoughts on this?
Jesus on the motorcycle is as badass as you would think it would be.
Yeah, for sure. I only have one problem with this photo. Does anybody know what it is?
No trash.
And now he needs to cover those toes up. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah. Throw that out there. Like, you know, we're outside fighting demons. You know, you don't want to stub your toe. Come on. Yeah, exactly. Dork Lair gets it. All right. Next one is one of Jesse's.
So this is Nolan Collects. It was just a pop and swap. I forget what he called it, like the armored paladin or mage, battle mage or something like that. I think he called it. And he had a lot of really awesome, like, for the fact that he's just holding these in his hands, which I do really appreciate, that the hand is on like a pale wood background, so it kind of lets the figure stand out. He gets some amazing dynamic poses out of these things, and I should have grabbed one that was more dynamic, but I wanted to show off the parts that were used. I just think these colors really, really pop, and yeah, I just thought this was a really cool combo, and you know, looks like, you know, someone's building their D&D party before the game's even out.
Yeah, I love this. Like this looks really nice together. And you know, I appreciate some good hand posing too, because I'm a terrible poser. So yeah, I think this looks nice. PB, we'll go to you next.
I actually really dig that look. It makes me very happy that I have multiples of the parts shown in that picture, as well as more of a Scully bone splitter on the way, so I can make that night for myself. Yeah, awesome.
Joe,
I saw this post earlier and was blown away by it. Nolan has a lot of really kick butt posing posts on his Instagram, and love to see him. Cool pop and swaps, cool poses, all around good stuff.
Awesome. Next one is one of mine. This is 6 Midnight _ Creations 6. And it's using custom head, custom torso. I believe one of the parts was from Corey Schotzenhofer, and I can't remember who the other one was from, but it's just really creepy. I love the little kind of the fog at the very bottom. It's not like encompassing the whole thing, but just at the very bottom. Definitely gives like thriller vibes. So yeah, I just really thought this was cool. Joe, we're going to go to you next.
All right. Yeah, this is awesome. Love the custom parts. The exposed rib cage is really neat. Definitely gives like a cool undead vibe. I like the lighting. You can still see everything really well, even though it seems like it's at night. Just well done overall.
The head was Von Burke Studios, so I'm guessing that's one of the ones, the Von box that comes painted, would be my guess. So, Patrick.
Yeah, I was going to pretty much say exactly what Joe said. I really dig the torso, the lighting, nice creep factor. The only thing I would add to this photo, if I could, would fog. It would get a nice little foggy atmosphere there, but then that would probably hide that glorious torso.
Yeah, he's got a little at the bottom. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe there could be a little bit more, but yeah.
So,
And I didn't even notice there's a Red Death in the background. I'm just now noticing that, and the Red Builder. So
he's not alone.
yep. Jesse, you're muted.
It really shows that this guy has guts. And no.
Did
Jokes
you say that
aside,
the first time, and then like we didn't say anything, and you were
no,
sad?
no, I said
Okay.
something else, and I just kept going when I realized I was muted. But no, the way it's shot and the details on the sculpt and the paintwork and everything in the image, this feels like a life-size piece that you would see at one of like your buddy Alan's, haunt,
Yep.
sales, or like in the Halloween spirit shops or something that would like spring forward and scare the crap out of a kid because they stepped on a button on the floor.
Mhm.
So all that to say that I think the details and of the work itself and the photo just really make it look like a bigger scale item than it is, and it's really cool. And I
Awesome.
can't wait for the weather to get cold to where we will start seeing this stuff.
Undead coming up from the ground.
Halloween
Reduce, reuse, reanimate.
Oh, I gotcha. All right. Next was one of Jesse's.
All right, so Cincy John out there in the chat, I don't know what's been happening. I don't know if he's like drinking some sort of like photographer steroids or something. Not saying the previous pictures weren't good, but I feel like every week I'm seeing more and more of his stuff pop up. Like I think I had to pick between 2 or 3 of his pictures this week, and I went with this one just because I loved the snake skeleton holding the apple, all the different appendages and everything, the helmet over the skull, that lighting, that really, washed out light coming from through that grating and everything. Just thought it was really cool. And then in contrast to the dark shadows of like what's going on under those robes and stuff.
I need to go back to the previous one again. MJ said he painted the head, which I should have known because now I recall seeing it in the customizing studio chat that he posted this as he was painting it. So yeah, I should have known that. So thank you, MJ. So Von Burke head painted by Judas and then put here for that. So sorry about that. All right. Patrick, snake thing, weird skeleton guy.
This thing fills me with all kinds of creep vibes. I'm 100% here for it. Loving it. Yeah, the lighting. It's so hard to even tell exactly what the hell I'm even looking at with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that arm coming out of the head. It's just a body. It's so unnatural. And then you got the apple, that little bit of naturality there with the unnatural. Yeah, I love it. Love it.
Joe, because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm looking at.
Well, the first thing that pops to my mind is the apple of Eden, with the snake, and maybe a possible result of what happened with all that in the future. But I really like it's a very dynamic photo. I like the bright light in the background, but the crack in the faceplate allows the shadow to give the detail to the skeletal face. It's just a fun photo all the way around. Just enjoying the content of it.
Yeah, I was getting more of kind of a Snow White vibe here. and same kind of thing though. I like the crack in the face shield to where the skeleton is showing through. The weird snake thing is like I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Like I'm not sure if that's attached to the head, if that's something separate. Like that kind of confuses me and kind of takes me out of the whole picture a little bit, if I'm being honest. But the big hand coming out with the apple and the face coming through the face shield, yeah, it's really cool. I like that part. I'm just not sure what I'm looking at with the snake part. Whether yeah, not sure what's
It's
going
another hand coming from around the back. It's the bigger hands holding the
Okay.
snake.
And is the head attached to the snake?
No, the
Or-
head's attached to like you can't see the mouse. Like the head would be attached to like the torso, and there's like
Yeah.
robes. It's kind of got like a General Grievous vibe going on, where he's got
Okay.
like extra arms.
Just the way that it's at, it
Like-
looks like maybe the head is attached to the snake thing. So that was all confusing me. But Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I once again love the hand with the apple and the face shield and stuff. I was just confused by the other. Next one is he says the hand is holding the snake. Okay. Next one is one of my picks. Imagine that. This is Jersey Figs. And you can see Bane's been putting the beat down on old Batman there, but he ain't got nothing on Soups. So just a little death shot, not anything, no fancy diagram or dioramas or LCD backgrounds or any of that. Just kind of posing stuff on the desk and taking a photo, and I'm here for it because it just looks really cool. I love not only how he's very nonchalant about stopping that punch, but then he's also reaching out like to help Batman. So yeah, just thought this was really neat. Joe.
I love the vibe of this. There was I think it was a Superman animated series where they did an episode where Superman dressed up as Batman and just went around and embarrassed all of Batman's rogues gallery. And I kind of get that vibe from this, where Bane is an incredibly dangerous villain unless he's fighting Superman.
I saw this from Rob. I think I said the name wrong. I think I said Jersey Figs. It's Jay's Figs. So yeah, sorry. I'm just making mistakes right and left, Jesse. Ever since you hit me with that day glow. Patrick, what do you got on this one?
What?
It's a nice the way that the figures are posed is really cool. Not necessarily too fond of the Ultra Jack Superman, but
Not my favorite either.
but it carries the right vibe here.
For sure. Jesse.
I don't think he's helping Batman up. I think he's like, pay up, Wayne. Like I won the bet.
This is how Superman makes
No.
his money. He saves Batman and then
No.
and then extorts him for money.
I just figured I just figured they had some sort of competitive bet or something going on. It's a little playful. It's not,
It actually
not
makes
any,
sense. He ain't affording that apartment on a reporter's salary. That's for sure.
right.
Mhm.
I mean, Metropolis is its own unique economy, but I was trying to figure out what's in the background. I just realized it's like the Ninja Turtles, and I don't know what the gray blobby thing is on the far left, like under Superman and Bane's hands.
Mhm.
But I just like seeing the different characters thrown in the background too, to add a variety of like color and stuff going on. It's a very fun picture.
Sorry, had to respond to something real quick. Yeah, it's nice. And here is Jesse's.
You could have just said, "Take it away, Jesse." So this is First Strike Figs. This one just really caught my attention. I just repositioned all my Vikenfell figures related skeletal ones kind of together. So seeing a bunch of just pure bear skeletons with the undead of Vikenfell in this like really cool snowy background. And knowing that we've got the Horror of Einsamall pre-order going on over on storehorsemen.com. Go now. You got a little over a week left. Just really digging the snowy vibes and just the look of this, and and I can't wait for winter.
What's the thing on the front left?
I believe it is some sort of creature skull, some sort of elephantine skull.
Okay, but it's not a mythic piece.
I
No.
don't believe so.
Okay, all right. That's wasn't sure about that one. All right, Patrick, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Nah, there's Viking Fell skeletons and the skeletons in the icy north is not something you get to see very much. A lot of times when you see skeletons posed like this, you see it in like a desert scene or in a forest or a graveyard. Seeing it in the ice and the snow gives that extra 30 days a night feel to it. Like these things are just coming at you, real Game of Thrones style. There, and you got like the little addition of the animal skull in the front.
Awesome. Joe.
Winter is coming.
Mm.
It's a pretty darn cool photo. Of course, undead is terrifying anyways, but I don't know. They look excited to get to work, and I don't like the cold anyways, and it's even worse when you add undead. So yeah, great photo.
Yeah, I love the.
Hey, one more thing to add to this. Oh, sorry, Craig.
Yeah,
Sorry,
go
Chris.
ahead. No, you're fine.
No. I thought you already went. Go.
I love the movement of the snow. The like kind of the build up in the front. The colors with the lighting and stuff. Like it just has like an overall like bluish tone to it. And I'm not gonna make it a joke. You guys are waiting for me to make a joke, and I'm not gonna make it.
I thought you were going to accidentally step into it.
Nope. I'm not stepping into nothing. But yeah, I really like this. I think it's cool. I'm not sure why only one of them gets armor. The other ones have to go around naked. They're probably chilled to the bone. But yeah, I think this is neat. I like it. Jesse?
I mean, they've got nothing else to be chilled to. I mean, I was just going to say, I appreciate that one of them is left-handed, and that's it.
Okay. Next is one of mine. This is Toy Suka on Instagram. I think this was a new one for me. And there was a whole.
Say that out loud.
I think we are. There was a whole series of shots of Juggernaut fighting Hulk. Like it started off with like Juggernaut like charging in and smashing him, like like shoulder blocking him, and then they're kind of going back and forth. And then this was the culmination, which I thought was just awesome. Like he's uppercutting him and knocking him clean in the air, and you see the the helmet shattered. I just and then you've got all the debris and rocks and everything flying. But I think the helmet hanging like shattered in the air just really sells this whole thing for me. And yeah, I just think this is just a killer pose. So Joe.
Very dynamic. I mean, you can feel the impact from that punch. I mean, I don't know why Hulk would get angry enough to throw a punch that hard, but it looks like he even went Super Saiyan with that hairdo flying back. So, youch. Yeah. I don't envy the headache that Juggernaut's going to have after that.
Mm-hmm. PB.
It's a really wonderful action shot. And yeah, real Juggy getting his self clobbered, which is always fun to see.
Absolutely. Jesse.
I really like the color juxtaposition between the two characters, the purple and green on Hulk and like the more orangey red, dark orangey reds and stuff on Juggernaut. I think that's just a really cool contrast. And yeah, the impact, like they feel like toys, but they feel like toys coming to life, like you'd always imagine as a kid, like if they just started like running around on your shelf fighting each other in the most epic way possible. And I love it. It's great.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Any other thoughts on this one?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
For someone who doesn't read and doesn't write, you do a lot of definition and banner creations.
There's like 3 more words in that sentence that Curtis could do a definition on.
There's a little thing, Control V and Control C and Control V.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. No typing that was involved. So
Next one, I believe, is my last slide. This is from actionfigure.showroom, which I believe is Mark Calvo. I always feel like an idiot because I can never remember stuff. But seeing one of these Medusa heads painted up like Ahsoka Tano blew my freaking mind. I absolutely love it. And it's just awesome. Yeah, that's all I got. I'll just gush if I keep talking. So someone else.
Patrick.
Oh, that is a beautiful, beautiful paint job. Yeah. Wow. I hadn't seen this yet. It's that white is so clean, perfect. Just the blues, the spotting on it. Gorgeous head. Plus, yeah, it instantly got the Ahsoka vibes too as soon as I saw the head. But yeah, that's gorgeous.
Joe?
Yeah, I concur. I really like when Medusa heads are painted in a different color way than just green, the classic greens. And the white with the blue dots is a really creative and cool way to do it. I like the alignment of the dots also. Turned out really cool. Love this.
Yeah, I love the juxtaposition of the skin tone versus the white snakes. I think that it feels like it shouldn't go together, but it does go together. And it's really, really well done. Yep. Also the line work on the face and the eyes are like spot on perfect. I mean, just those eyes are, dude, those are killer. So great job, Mark.
Dang it, Kevin.
Hmm.
Yeah, Eve head painted like Ahsoka. Yeah. Yeah.
Next one is one of mine. And this is actually my daughter, Addison Akerman. This is an oil painting that she did on canvas. And she used my new brushes, the Art by Akerman customizing brushes. She was the first person to use it. I believe she had most of this painting done. She just had to work on the hair. And she did it with those brushes and said that she really enjoyed them. Said it was one of the best sets she's used. And that she really felt like it held paint well. So I was just, out of all the people that could use it to have one of my kids just being creative and doing something and being awesome. And then getting that feedback was really cool. So she doesn't have a whole lot of she paints all the time, but she doesn't put a lot of her work on Instagram, but this is her Instagram account that you can feel free to give a follow if you want to see her oil paintings. So Joe.
Please tell me you did not correct her in telling her that they were toy customizing brushes.
No, I told her she could use them for whatever she wanted to use them for, as long as she didn't just throw them in a junk drawer. Like they came over here and they're like, they tried to pay me for the brushes, and I'm like, you're my kids. Like I will give you a set of brushes, but don't take a set of brushes if you're just gonna throw them into a junk drawer. And they're like, no, we'll use them. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm glad to see they did. So, Joe.
This is, I could immediately tell that it was the lead singer of Green Day. She did an amazing job. Like the likeness is uncanny. And hopefully your brushes contributed to that talent there, Curtis. Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing.
I know at least I contributed to that talent, if you know what I mean.
Zing.
Patrick.
Yeah. That's a really, really cool painting there. So, your wife definitely has some talent, and then your daughter. Your wife does too, but different way. No, I enjoyed. I like the shading on the face. He captured its features, even the wildness of his hair. So I'm guessing the brushes helped her, go wild on the painting.
Yeah. Jesse.
This is freaking awesome. Yeah, agree with Joe. Instantly knew it was Billy Joe. And I was like, Dylan is going to love this. So Dylan, you're probably watching this on the replay. Yeah, but no, this is great. I did not know, that your kids were also artistic like this. I mean, I'm sure you've said things, but like getting to see stuff, is really cool. And it's a really, really good piece of art. Yeah, I'm excited to play with the brushes myself, but I'm just going to stare in awe at this picture for now.
Yeah, I didn't even know until you just said that this is the Piano Man. So that's cool. That's
I
awesome.
didn't say Joel. I said Joe.
Oh, gotcha. Never mind then. I have no idea who that is. All
It's him,
right.
lead singer of Green Day.
And that is it for shelf selections. So make sure you give those folks a like and a follow and all that kind of good stuff to make your Instagram cooler. And speaking of Instagram being cool, let me in medium myself here. A couple weeks ago, we had the gentleman on that work on the Legions magazine. We had Digital Ronin as well as Dead Man One from Toy Mercs. And I got my copy in today, yesterday actually, and also had an extra copy that we're going to give away tonight, as well as a set of my new brushes. So we're going to be doing that giveaway here in a little bit, but I did want to talk about this first. I know we talked about it during that episode with them, but they are taking toy photography from our community, put it out here in a physical media form, and I think that is just fantastic. I did notice, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but I did notice that I was able to easily kind of like pull sheets out if you wanted to maybe like put something on the wall or something. Yeah, look at this. Look at that guy right there. But and then it's got their Instagram down at the bottom, right? So you can give these folks a like and a follow. But yeah, just a lot of cool photography in here. There's not a whole lot of reading, which I really loved. But like little Superman and Poison Ivy. So as we said on the show when we did it a few weeks ago, this isn't Legions as in Mythic Legions. It's different. They say they've got a saying that's like Toy Merc our Legion. And so that's where the name came from. So this is the first issue that is out there available right now. If you go to legionsmagazine.com, the second issue is on pre-order. So, but we'll be giving one of those away. Jesse, if you want to get a hashtag together.
Yep, already got one. But while you're there, just so folks know, if you don't feel like typing those things and looking them up, if you go back to our episode from 2 weeks ago where we had them on, you can see the links in the description of that episode to both their Instagrams, the magazine page, and everything.
And we'll also be giving away a set of these tonight. So the winner will get one of the magazines as well as a set of action figure customizing brushes. So
getting super creative here, and we're gonna give it away now.
Very nice. Yeah.
Just once, just one, give it away now.
Cincy, listen, if you spend your life trying not to confuse me, you're gonna be wasting a lot of time. Just do what you do, man.
It's way easier
your
than you think
good.
that it would be.
Yeah, it was a good picture. I just was confused by it.
Curtis is the problem.
Yeah. Although I did want to say on yours, I did like the juxtaposition of the snake skeleton. Nah, never mind. I can't do it. So I'll keep trying to work that one into the vocabulary. So
there you go.
So yeah, go ahead.
That's how you do it. No, I'm proud of you, and that's not sarcastic.
I'm trying. So we'll run that giveaway for a bit. We'll pull that later on in the show. And for anybody, I've had several people reach out to me about asking to buy the brushes. Currently, they're only available for members of the channel of the Art by Akerman channel. It is $1.99 a month. So if you are a member of the channel and you need a set of brushes or multiple sets of brushes, just message me and we'll figure that out. So cool.
There it goes. Well, Joe, Patrick, thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight. It's been a lot.
Thanks for having us.
We have a whole rest of the show to go. I touched something and my camera died.
What'd you touch?
That sounds awkward.
Yeah, what'd you touch, Jesse?
Maybe don't tell us.
Yeah. Well, obviously, we wanted to have you guys here to talk about the Mythic role-playing game. I know, yeah, I know, Joe. We've been doing our little group, kind of doing the throughout the year. But you guys also both played last year at Legions Con. So wanted to kind of get your initial thoughts back then versus what they are today, after seeing what we have through San Diego Comic-Con and all this and that. Like, what were your initial thoughts of what this would be, and has that changed at all? We'll start with you, Joe.
Oh, well, for me, my two favorite hobbies in the entire world are playing Dungeons and Dragons and collecting Mythic Legions. So the two of them coming together are better than chocolate and peanut butter with copious amounts of sugar. It is just like a dream come true to have an official Mythic Legions role-playing game. I couldn't be more excited for it. The initial playtest at Legions Con was super fun. Just a great group of people. Steph was there. Pat, of course, was in the same group that I was in. And then other people too. I'm bad with names, so of course I'm drawing a blank. But we had a good time, other than me breaking the sword off of the paladin miniature. That was not ideal way to start things out. But yeah, it was super fun to play. And now that we've got to dig into, the things we can't talk about, the actual implementation of Mythic Legions into the stats and things like that. Like, I can't wait to see the final version. And, I'm going to be spending a lot of time with this role-playing game for a lot of years. Let's just put it that way.
And what about between the time that you tested it at Legions Con versus now, seeing that we've now got this like Paladin Cleric full figure out there. We've now seen a pencil. We've seen some sample of like what the maps could potentially look like, as well as like the actual hardcover book, like what that would be. Any thoughts on kind of, is it coming along the way that you thought it would when you first played it?
Yeah, no, the progression has been great. I think when we play tested it, it was mostly just D&D flavored to Mythos, because it was very, initial, like early on in it. Like the classes and stuff were just the regular D&D classes, where now we know that there's going to be, that was the only reason I got to get in on the playtest was because of Bill. So that's when I realized, like, wow, this guy is a famous YouTuber, because I had been trying to get in for days, and Bill was just like, I got you. Thanks, Bill. I really appreciate it.
I was talking to Jeremy all week long, but that's all right. Whatever. It's cool.
I'm just saying when it happened.
Okay.
Bill was like, I'll get you in there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if the art is finalized for the book, but man, I can't wait to get that hardcover book on my shelf. The miniatures look amazing.
They did say that the art for the cover would be different than what it is, but similar. So,
right, gotcha.
So I would imagine you're going to have kind of an adventure party type thing. It's just going to look different than what it does on there now.
Right. But everything looks amazing. The maps look good, really high quality. The additional bits of lore that we're getting. I loved how Jeremy released it, that Mythos has a 13-month calendar. Now we know what the days of the week are. Those will be really fun things to be able to implement into the game. The miniatures look amazing. I'm looking forward to getting all of those. I have a huge collection of Dungeons and Dragons miniatures. So I'll enjoy collecting those. Also, the pencil is amazing. The figures, I mean, they're the Paladin Cleric. You could have almost any knight figure be, a Paladin. They're usually just an armor wearing knight looking character, but I love the variants with the soft goods, the color choices, and I noticed too that on the website it says the heroic paladin cleric. So now I'm wondering if we'll get a fiendish paladin cleric. You know, maybe the other end of the spectrum. You know, so I'm really excited to see what other figures will be released to this. What you know, and the classes that they'll emulate and things like that. So ton of excitement to see not just what we've seen so far, but you know what's still in the pipeline.
For sure. And Patrick, for you, same question, like your thoughts initially when you play tested at Legions Con, and then, you know, based on what you've seen now, is it coming along the way that you thought, or have there been surprises for you?
So far, when I played it at Legions Con, it literally felt like, you know, D&D with a little mythic flavoring to it, right? Which is cool in and of itself, and I'm there for it. But
pinch of mythic.
that got me thinking all year long about this. And you know, since Legions Con, I've written a campaign to play with local friends. So getting all the little tidbits together, trying to figure out myself, like, how would this work in Mythos myself, is really kind of like brought the whole thing, like, okay, can they do this? Will they do this? So I'm excited to see what comes out of it. Looking at the character sheet that came out this week, a couple small little details in there concerning just that little faction usage, how they fit into the roles. It feels it's slightly different than what you would get in standard D&D right now. So I think
shout out to Len for his work on the project, and just, you know, congratulations on him being able to work with the studio, and then also Emil doing some work on that character sheet. You know, it looks fantastic, and both those guys are amazing, and I think it just continues to show how great this company is, that they are so in touch with their fan base, that they know, you know, who these talented folks are that are out there, that have these skill sets, that have this passion for this line, and they're willing to bring them in to help work on some of these things. It's just awesome.
Yeah, having knowing that Len's working on this project fills me with an insane amount of hope for it.
Yeah,
that it's going to knock our socks off, because Len doesn't know how to suck.
Yeah.
Right? I've known Len good 5 years here. Talk to him every single day. Yeah, he's super passionate. He's going to give 110% for this. I know the studio always says that they try not to suck. By putting Len in there, they've guaranteed not to suck.
What do you think of his new banker haircut?
I need a ribbon for that one.
I know last stream that he was on, I think when he was on Jeremy's, Jordan was looking for him to approve his business loan. So we'll see. I don't know if
does that make Len the Wolf of Wall Street?
It might be. So yeah, I know Jesse's got some pictures he's been itching to throw up here. So let's let's talk about.
Well, I figured we'd start where we all of us cross over. I mean, all four of us definitely love D&D and are excited for the game itself. But obviously, you know, we talk toys a lot on this show. So yeah, let's start with this figure. Now, obviously, it was a debut at San Diego Comic-Con in this gold and black color scheme. This exact figure, they called it I believe they called it the Deluxe or something to that effect, will be available in the Kickstarter that goes live early next year. Jeremy did say somewhere he's maybe February.
In limited numbers.
It'll be in limited numbers on the Kickstarter, this exact one, but there will be the standard versions, which I'm assuming, I don't remember if this was specified, you know, there'll be a cleric version or a paladin version, maybe with different colors, you know, so you won't get the full pop and swap in the one character, is my assumption, or it'll be missing some pieces that aren't in this or something, because that's usually the difference between standard and a deluxe. You know, there's something's missing, or something's added to the deluxe rather.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could even be that we have more. I mean, you may even get like more hand options or more, you know, whatever, because they're splitting it up into two packages. You know, you can maybe add a
Right.
few more things instead of the deluxe for the price that they were trying to sell it at. I will just go back to like one thing you were saying about like all of us loving D&D and stuff. I don't know that I would say I love it yet. I'm just like naturally gifted. Like I think in the history of people that have played it, I've probably picked it up the best and just like been just naturally awesome at it. So, yeah.
Yay, Curtis, you'll get a sticker.
So yeah.
I would also, I'd just like to say, I love these soft goods. I think these soft goods are amazing. I love the pattern in the middle. Yeah, it's just, this is really, I played World of Warcraft for years, and pretty much everybody in World of Warcraft had like a set of armor, and then they had their guild tabard. And so like everybody in the game, didn't matter what class you were in, so everybody wore a tabard. And so this kind of gives that vibe to me, like those guild tabards when I would play that. And I just think this is super cool. Joe?
I want to make a joke just to be snide, but I'm not going to because it's unintentionally mean.
Okay.
But I totally know what you're talking about. And I don't think I was ever cool enough with a guild to have a guild tabard
Oh, wow.
in World of Warcraft.
Joe, what
Well,
were your
I'm
thoughts on this figure when you saw it?
Well, of course, Paladin is my favorite class in
Mhm.
Dungeons and Dragons. I've played a lot of Paladin characters, so I was super excited that a Paladin figure was one of the first. Clerics are pretty awesome. Also, I'm very fond of this character's mustache and beard style. I think it's very, very well done. Nothing, shows that you are an impressive human being more than an amazing mustache, I think. So, yeah, these days definitely rocking an amazing stash. So.
Yeah, I like how his mustache is darker than the rest of his facial hair, almost like he colors it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think some people just don't go all gray all at once.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
Well,
don't have those grandma vibes.
They got that just for men. I guess you just comb in and stuff. I don't know. He might be doing that to the upper lip. So.
Oh, I never heard of that. I don't know if it exists in Mythos, but I guess it's possible.
Oh, I thought you would have known. Okay.
No.
In Mythos, it's called just for man, like the species, like human.
Yeah, orcs aren't allowed to use it. But the accessories are great. I love that it comes with a book for the cleric, for him to read his prayers and things from. It's an amazing looking figure. Cannot wait to mess around with this one for sure.
Patrick?
I particularly love the cleric build for this. I'm a big fan. Just did the whole, just with the way he did the boots, along with the hooded head that matches the tabard, that matches the cloth goods there. That actually really speaks to me. I was very excited to see that, and then to have it be both in one. It's like, yay! I need this figure. Ooh, I gotta wait till February to order it.
Patience builds character.
Yes.
What do you
pull this up from William? I guess it doesn't foment humility. So apparently that's instigator stir up. So yeah, FYI. In case anybody was wondering what William was saying.
Yeah, that was a new one for me too.
Yeah.
That was an astute observation from him.
Thank you.
Also, the design work on the that he has there, a lot of parts in that. So he's definitely a lover more than a fighter.
Oh, very nice. Cool.
Wait, say that again?
He's a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, he's got little art designs in the pattern.
Oh, heart designs. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, there are some hearts in there, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very fitting for both a paladin and a cleric to have that.
I'm pretty sure that's just a sliced avocado used as like a stamp tool. Not avocado, artichoke.
Yeah.
Cool. So there's the figure, which, by the way, people don't go pay $200 for it unless you just
don't
really
do
feel like
this.
you need it.
Like,
if you've got like
you have
$3,000 statue money, then go ahead and get this. But otherwise, just wait. All right, next.
Whoop. All right, so let me pull that out. So I didn't pull this up because I didn't want to like shrink us all down while the guys were going through their thoughts. But here's that initial artwork,
Mhm.
or the secondary artwork we've seen for the cover.
That party
Um,
seems a little melee heavy.
Yeah, it's very tanky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's almost
You
like
know.
one of our groups.
Yeah. That's quite accurate, actually. No, wait. The elf isn't unconscious, so it can't be our group.
I'm pretty
Love
sure
you,
that's
Trevor.
Isaac, just not in his frost elf colors.
Yep.
Does that mean the guy behind him is propping him up? Sorry. I apologize.
Oh, that's great.
Jokes. These are the jokes, folks.
Obviously there's a Kickstarter. Again, the links are in the description for this show. I'll pull that stuff up later. Here's the pencils right up. Oh, you can't see it. Right at the top of that center pencil, the one that's kind of sticking the highest up in the middle, is where you can see that someone was upset by the wood splintering out over the someone. I mean, one of our friends in the chat, not like, just,
You mean William Dranowski, where he said that these did not look up to his pencil expectations?
I wasn't going to name names.
I'm sure that these are just samples, and that the ones that will be released to the general public will have much higher quality control. I'm sure.
And if they don't, I don't care, because I'm going to have a pencil with them. I'm never going to use it. It's going to go in my pencil holder with all the other cool pencils that I've collected over the years. And
You have?
sharpen.
I don't think I own a single pencil. You got enough for the collection. That's interesting. Okay.
Well, it's more like a cup or like a little drawer somewhere around here. But anyway, here's some shots of the display this weekend, with the gaming logo, with the Four Horsemen skull on the D20, a little setup where you're seeing their mythic minis that they've like repurposed and resized down to the miniature size on a sample map. And one of the things they have said, and I know we talked about this with Cameron a couple weeks ago, is that you will be able to use your 6-inch and larger figures. Like there's a mechanic in the game to where I believe he said it would blow up to 4 inches would be your grid. So you would make your grid 4x4 to have like the full scale figures be equivalent to the 1x1 grid for the mini map. And the 4x4 would roughly equal 5 feet like it does in the minis.
Yeah,
which is very
I think
exciting.
that's regardless of the size of the grid, as long as each square is 5 feet of movement, then you can use any size grid for any size characters. So I think that it's going to be a really simple conversion for people that want to play either way to do that. So
For sure.
Yeah, I know the map maker for this is somebody who's, I forget his name off the top of my head now, but when I heard Glenn say it on Wednesday night, I instantly recognized it. He's pretty renowned in the RPG community for his map.
right.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And Patrick was talking about the character sheets, and so was Kurt's talking about how Emil helped design these with Len and stuff. So there's that. If you guys want to dive into that one.
Okay,
Cleric of Aetheron, right off the bat, is exciting. So, yeah, this is fun. I haven't really got to dig into them real close yet and check them out because all I do is work. But super excited to have a Mythic Legions flavor to the character sheets. These are going to be a lot of fun to use.
Zoom in under the stat there, Jesse.
I can't.
You can't zoom it in? Okay. Well, guys at home, if you can zoom in under the stats, if you look underneath the way Emil and Cameron and Len set it up, when you have to do saving throws, it tells you exactly what your modifier is directly under. It's like, so for wisdom, you got all the different things that you get that modifier on when you're doing your saving throw or your intelligence checks, which is very handy to have it there because I know on a lot, like particularly with a D&D game, it's like all to the side. You're not sure what you're looking at. Just one big giant list. So like this, it's nice and organized for you. You can see right where it is, ease of use. That made me happy to see.
I am trying to pull up a different image to zoom in for you, Pat.
Yeah, I really have nothing to add here because I mean I've only played on D&D Beyond, so I've never like seen like a written out like player sheet before. So I have nothing to compare it against. But I mean you know, Patrick, you, Joe, and Jesse, you guys all have extensive experience with D&D. So I mean, how does this compare to like what you would normally see for a character sheet?
Yeah, I've seen like a lot of different character sheets over the years. Back in the day, it was kind of you know, I don't want to say plain, but it's nice to have the color and the different feel. Like it's not just a standard 5e character sheet with you know, Mythic Legion stamped at the top. You know, I like that the stats, you know, run across the top, and it has, you know, a unique feel to the role-playing game, you know, the splash of color in the background and stuff like that. So hopefully they'll have a version that maybe doesn't have the color in the back for people with cheaper printers.
I have heard through that a printer-friendly version will be made available.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, these two particular ones are ones that if you got the SDC figure or if you get it in the Kickstarter next year, it comes with a card or two cards with a QR code where you can scan it, and this is like the digital version of those pre-generated, like you were saying, Joe, the heroic paladin or the heroic cleric, you know, to where, you know, it comes with like a pre-filled out stat. So I'm sure there will be blank ones for us to use in the various forms. And
the blank exists already. In fact, I have the links to all three of them.
Oh, nice.
Oh, right. That's right. And I'll pull that up next. Let me zoom over to, we'll come back to this stuff. If you are on Facebook and you would like to be in the Mythic dedicated group to the or the Mythic Legion's tabletop game, go to Nat 20 Mythic Adventures. Pat started this up a while ago, just to kind of be like a cool landing spot for a lot of people. So go over there and join that group. Yeah.
I started it up like 2 months ago. I had to get all my ideas I've been thinking about all year long and to start. I needed a spot to put them in. Right. So I started up that group just so I had it. Plus, gives you a spot for Mythic fans and RPG fans to come together for the game itself. Right. Because the Cabal is great, but the Cabal also has 7,000 people in it. And you're going to want to find other people to play with. Right. So the group's here so that, hey, these are people you can talk to, you can party up in here. That was one reason for it.
I want to pull up this one from William. Says, do modern gamers use paper sheets or iPads? I think it just depends. You know, some people are still playing in person. A lot of people are using VTTs or virtual tabletops, where they're doing something like D&D Beyond or something similar, to where you can, you know, meet with friends from all over the world and kind of play online. So it just depends on, you know, which type of game you're playing. I'm sure that they will figure out a way to have options for both. And then Kirby asks, should he get his character sheet tattooed on his personal manservant? If so, where's the best place? Inner forearm, inner thigh, back of head, tramp stamp.
I think upper shoulders on the back. Yeah, for that one. That way he can kneel down and you can make adjustments if you need to, kind of like a book stand type pose. Yeah.
Jesse, did you have something for this?
I was just gonna say whatever is like gonna be the least messy to like put up on the table, or if the manservant passes away, that he would be able to like flay that off and have it like tanned to use.
Or like if he dies a hero's death, like somebody gives him a warrior's death kind of thing.
Sure.
I'm not. I think I'll need a definition on that. So
you know, you're about to die like of some not so cool means, and so then you just like take them out and give them a warrior's death. You know, like
what if they weren't about to die and got killed anyways?
It looked in a situation where it really would look bad. You know, like
But
think
if
about
you're
if
not
you
a
were
warrior,
Klingon, right? If you're a
you
Klingon,
don't get
you
a
would want
warrior's
somebody
death.
to take you out. So
yeah.
Klingon?
yeah.
All right.
Paul Zach says, I've never played D&D game before, but I'd be interested in try this Mythic role-playing game at this year's Legions Con. Yeah, they're definitely going to be doing some more play testing this year. I think it's probably going to be expanded from what they had last year. I think last year it was pretty small group, a couple different sessions of small groups. I think you're probably going to have it be a little bit bigger this year. So, yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bring this up. Twizzler19 says, I play on Roll20. We use Discord to chat. Yeah, there are a lot of different virtual tabletops like Roll20 or Demiplane and different things. You've got D&D Beyond that's got all the built-in D&D things, which is what we're using. And it's kind of tricky because it keeps trying to add in old D&D stuff that we can't figure out how to circumvent. So there are ways around it. I always like personally, back to the question about using the paper sheet. I like doing a paper sheet to start off a character, just having that. It's kind of like, the rough sketch, the idea of who this character is, and then putting it into, whatever software we're going to use if we're playing virtually. But there's something about having that piece of paper, with like, you're going to mess something up and erase it, and you crinkle the paper a little bit and you get mad because you wanted it to be nice, and you put it in one of those laminated sheets for a binder or something, and you can use your that's the way some of the players at my in-person game used to use. They'd have the those full page like top load sheets, and they'd use the really fine point dry erase pens to like write out their hit points and damage and all that stuff each session. But yeah, those so Cameron has reassured us that this is compatible with 5e. So if you have played 5e, Kirby.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I've mostly only, before I started playing with you guys, I had only played D&D in person, with paper sheets and stuff like that. And there's something to be said for that for sure. But, as necessity dictates, sometimes your friends aren't nearby and you can't get together. So I think that the online resources available are really handy to have in those circumstances. And of course, we use the digital content because we're doing a show and we want the audience to be able to see everything. But if you were just playing with your friends, you could still use paper sheets and dice, over any type of visual media like this and do just
I would not trust Trevor's actual dice rolls if we couldn't see
if he started doing good, we would know he was cheating. So we love Trevor.
I will say this: the digital dice roll just as good and just as bad as real dice. Yeah. Like I think there's like whatever
and you
program,
can get really cool ones that only you can see.
Yeah, they've got it. It doesn't feel any more or less unbalanced than rolling actual dice.
Yeah, only if you pay for them, Curtis. You know what?
I prefer real dice.
Brian says there's a fine line between a warrior's death and murder. Yeah, absolutely.
That was murder. The reference.
Braddock doesn't know what a line is.
It's debatable. So tell us what we're looking at here. What is this?
This is the calendar of Mythos that was done up. That's the official names and everything here, but Kirby, who's here in the chat, made this.
Mm.
Okay, so yeah, it's got all 13 months there. He added little symbols to each one. It came out so awesome, so amazing
I love Kirby.
that I love it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw, I was like, yeah. He posted a rougher version of this in the Cabal.
Mm.
As soon as I saw it, I stole it and posted it in the Nat 20 group and tagged Kirby, and it's like, yeah, I just stole this from you, snagged this from Kirby. I had to be here. About an hour or so later, he posts this in the groups. Like, yeah, I was waiting until I had a better version for the group here. But yeah, he knocked it out of the park. It's a great visual tool for the 13-month calendar for Mythos.
So the cool thing I want to say about the 13-month calendar, I just heard about this earlier this year or last year about our cycle, like in Earth, that if we did every month as 28 days, we would have it. And, for the years we have that extra one, it's just an extra day off at the beginning of the year. You have 2 days off for New Year's instead of one or whatever to allow for that. It just doesn't count as a normal day because it's all arbitrary. But when I heard that they were going to do the 13 months, it's my second favorite number as well. I was really excited, and I thought this chart was really cool. Pat, you want to walk us around the colors?
Okay. Well, the year starts. The lunar year starts with winter. Oddly enough, so the first day. I'm guessing the first day of winter is the first day of the new year for Mythos. So Leodar, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Obviously named after Leodicius. And you got the three winter months there.
And we will say Kirby. Kirby, you can correct us how you want. You kind of just you did some research on the names of these things and came up with the symbols to go with it. Obviously, there's a couple that line up perfectly with existing names for mythic stuff like Leodar. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so like I said, you got the winter months, which I can't pronounce. Sorry. Most of these are just bad. Not bad, but like are they words? Yeah.
Prividar, Castar.
Yeah. Blunder.
Probably trying to
what's
just
a
trip up
blunder?
Travis.
Last month of spring there.
Bloomdar. I think that's why there's flowers there, probably, right?
Yeah, probably.
Bloomdar, yeah. Wissadar, Ophidar. So blue is winter. This purplish green is spring. The red is
summer.
Autumn. Okay.
And the orange is autumn.
Very cool. Well, I like this. Oh, Keldar for all you Motu folks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Keldor, isn't it? Sorry.
I
take it back.
Keldor.
Don't come at.
So I guess my question would be like if you have like a car loan and they take out your monthly payment, does that mean you have to pay an extra payment each year? Is that how that works?
Well, it's not an extra if you grew up there, right?
But like if I was to move to Mythos, all of a sudden I would have to pay an extra month of.
No.
Well, there would be an extra. Month. Yeah. So yes, but because there's less. 13 months,
it's the same amount per year. It would just
you'd
be
pay it off faster.
You add an extra month, but then you reduce it all by whatever that percent is.
Gotcha. So my mortgage would be less, but it would be more often.
No, the payment would be the same. You would just pay a little bit less each payment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But you would make one more payment per year, but it would end up being roughly the same amount of money.
Just marry into money in Mythos, Curtis. You'll be better off, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where to go? And then there's also this list. I can't zoom in, but if you go into the Nat 20 Mythic Adventures group,
that one's actually I think Sorry, yeah. Kirby posted that in the Cabal too.
Okay. We want people to go to the group, right? So don't look for it in the Cabal. Join the Nat 20 Mythic Adventures group if you want to be in this side of things. And then you can go check out all the days of the week. And
So
again,
are we saying that we're gatekeeping this information? Is that what we're saying?
No. I didn't say you can't find it in the Cabal. I just said don't go look for it in the Cabal.
It would be much easier to find in the Nat 20 group.
Yes.
Also notice that the bird and cat are opposite and the deer and the snake are opposite. Maybe I'll post a big crazy story tomorrow.
So representing the four, the four great beasts.
Yep.
This is the packaging art, which Curtis got to debut with Nate, or was the other side of it? Or did you get to
the
do
other
both?
side?
This is the interior.
So the interior, so facing out, like where the figure would be on this side?
Yeah, you say the figure's in front of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Pat, anything cool details on this that you want people to point out? Or is it just a slightly cleaned up version of the new, bigger map?
It's a slightly larger, you can see more of the planet that Mythos is on with this image here. It's also, a photo that we need to talk about because Brett Stoddard took this photo. We don't talk enough about his photography.
That's true.
That's true. Oh, you can also subscribe to Kirby's Only Mythics.
Oh, very nice.
And that does come out in 13-month installments, Curtis. So if you pay for a year, it's $69.69.
That'll work.
But I question the size of Mythos itself with this map. Okay, it looks very, very tiny compared to the other land masses around it. So, and that's something
the one in the bottom left is almost the size of the whole Mythos that we've known so far.
What if it is smaller? I mean, what if it's still big, but it's still small compared to everything else?
Yeah. Like
what if it's just the right size for the people that live there, and the other continents have larger races, so they need more land?
How's that defense
Why the dragon is so big because Mythos is so small.
Or what if we pretend that we're not size queens? How about that?
Or maybe it's whatever that geological term is when the map distorts, and because Mythos is higher up, it looks abnormally
smaller.
I am really excited to find out more details about towns and rivers and all the small details of the map. Anybody who's watched Legion's Quest will know I don't mind coming up with names, like town names and stuff, but sometimes, it'd be nice to have some official content for that.
Yeah. Oh, it's much needed more for Mythos. So just a little bit, like more landmarks would be needed. Or if you look at there's a wall separating all four of the main areas of Mythos, and it looks like there might be little forts along that wall. What are those forts like? All right, those little details there. Another thing we need to know about is how big is Mythos itself? What's the scaling like? How many? What's the scale ratio for miles or leagues?
How long it takes to travel places?
How many Pennsylvanias does it take to drive from the south to the north of Mythos?
Yep. Right. Yeah. That's information we need.
Yeah.
Much needed.
Yeah.
What part of Mythos is like driving through Connecticut? So I know not to ever do that again.
Yeah. In these areas, would the pencils that they have be acceptable for William Dranowski, or would he not be happy with their pencils? That would be what I would want to know.
That's a good question. That is a good question.
Well, you'll have to fill out the character sheet with that pencil at Legion's Con to find out.
Maybe everything's just 13% larger in Mythos.
It's definitely denser than Earth, and that's why they have larger bone structures. So that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Real quick, we're going to check in on our giveaway here. If the button will work.
It might.
we've got 42, which can be anything, of 59 people watching. Greg, you already did it. You don't have to do it again.
We'll give it a little bit more. Try to see if we got 60 people watching now. So
yeah, so you
But
are
a little
entering
bit
to
more.
win. What is it, Curtis? One of Curtis's
a copy
brush
of
sets.
the Legions magazine from Toymarks. So one of these guys here. If you want to, there we go. And a set of the art by Akerman action figure customizing paintbrush set. And then they have a bunch of stickers that they sent with this, so I'll throw in some stickers there as well. So
Okay,
Awesome.
and we have determined for those joining late that those brushes can be used on things other than action figures if you so desire.
yes, this is correct.
All right, back to the map. All right. Anything else specifically about the game that we want to talk about? I know three of us can't say too much because of,
I mean, we could talk about anything that they've revealed.
Sure.
It's hard to speculate because we
All right. Well,
yeah.
here's something fun to think about for anybody who's thinking that, the game may not be for them, that, it's not going to add anything to the figures that they have on their shelves. Jesse, that picture with the 4 daggers that I sent you? It's in the slideshow. There you go. These are 4 basic mythic daggers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you look, but they, they're all painted differently. This could be mixed into the lore with the RPG, because in D&D and that style games, you have daggers, you have +1 daggers, you have magical daggers, and so forth.
I think Curtis's dagger is cursed.
There you go.
It's code Labby Dagger. So
You can look at your figure that you already have and say, that figure comes with what looks like to be an enchanted dagger, or that figure comes with dagger that is different colored metal. Maybe it got a stronger modifier to it. It attacks more. Yeah, the better crafted weapon, right?
Patrick, do you think any of these would give you sight beyond sight?
Of these, maybe the purple one.
Ho. So Patrick, just so we don't confuse anybody here, these are stats names that you created to that these daggers potentially represent, correct?
Correct. This is what, if 4-H chose to tie in what they've already done with their toy line into a D&D style lore, how they could explain the paint jobs of their items that they've done so far with the difference. Like, they could have painted every dagger the exact same way, and we'd all be fine with it, right?
Absolutely.
But in this
Somebody
case
would
here,
be.
if you look at it from left to right, the top one, the blue handle there. What does that blue say to you just being on the hilt on there? Feels like, it's definitely like an enchanted piece. Like maybe it offers some kind of protection to the person who holds it from like ice damage or storm damage, right?
And the cool thing is, even if they don't put this into the book, oh, I thought you were saying nice, Curtis.
No, ice.
Gotcha.
Baby.
That's your son, though, right?
Could be.
For those who don't play D&D or tabletop games, Patrick, they and Joe and Curtis, like they would call this kind of stuff where you're making this up on your own, working it into existing stats and stuff as homebrew.
Correct. Yeah.
Where you're, So I think this is a great thing to do. So even with the weapons and accessories and extras you have in your collection, if you have a collection of stuff as people who already collect the line, there's a fun way to add different elements, for your players on the table. If you're sitting around, you could have one of those like little mini wooden chests from like Hobby Lobby or the craft store. You paint it up. So when they find loot, which I think Curtis would want to say, we never find loot in our game.
Yeah. Everything that we
treasure
kill
chest,
like just disintegrates and leaves nothing behind. So
well, you're definitely not going to now.
We're pretty low So like we haven't done any dungeon crawls yet, so that's fair. But you open up and then that dagger could actually be in that chest, if you're using your full-size figures on the table. I think that's really cool, Patrick.
Yeah, you don't want a dagger in your chest.
Yeah, it helps add that extra little bit
Maybe
of
I
flavor.
Mm.
to it.
Mm.
Yeah,
That was a
determine-
joke. That was a joke. It was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
Very nice.
And
And
you sent
like,
me these pictures as well.
all right, because there's definitely some magical weapons on display here. Some could be considered relics, more powerful than others. Some are just enchanted, right? Like, why did Lord Vateris come with all golden weapons? Is it because he's rich, or are they enchanted with a lightning spell or something? Or something that works against the undead, since he's obviously wants to take a scapular spot in the lore. So maybe there are actually holy weapons that would be strong against skeletons.
Could be
All
all
right.
the Legion's Con exclusive money. That's what it could
Yeah,
be.
it could be that too.
Yeah.
Okay, then you have Ravana here. He's a relic hunter in the lore, right?
Mhm.
So I'm guessing every one of her accessories is a relic. Yeah, an old magical item, essentially. Like that golden bone sword, that carved from a bone of a dead angel from Mythos. Right? Now, what kind of magical properties does that bow have? What her armor is that brightly colored? In fact, everybody in the convocation of Bestilia has really brightly colored armor, except for Samir. So, like, are they all enchanted armor? They could be, right? So that's a little something that they could, work into Mythos, trying to figure out what the actual magic is like there, what they can do with it.
They're just a little ostentatious down in Ophidian. Go ahead and look that one
Maybe.
up.
And then you have Scapular, right? He definitely has at least one magical item, and it's not just an enchanted item. This thing is an old relic. That blowgun, that's a
The
relic.
self-blowing blowgun.
Yeah,
Yep,
exactly.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, that is 100% a relic of the first age. That it really shows off just how wealthy he truly is, because he owns that, versus Lord Vateris, who just had his weapons enchanted.
Yeah, he's new relics. Scapular's old relics.
Right.
I feel like Scapular's blowgun, like that would have been like an ad you would have seen in the comics, like 100%, use guaranteed. Do not need lips or lungs to use.
No, you know what it is? He has his own cantrip called Spectral Lips, where just a ghostly pair of lips appear out of thin air and blow on the gun for him.
I'm just imagining like animated Mick Jagger's lips just showing up like the Tang mouth back in the day. Like just
that would be the second level version.
Curtis.
Could you make your spectral lips feel like textures on things and tell you how it feels on your lips?
That's the Curtis version for
Gotcha.
sure.
You could. You know what that glow
Curtis
dart?
lips.
You know what that looks like to me?
What?
It looks like a fish bone.
Could be.
Like a fish stick?
Like, I don't know. Maybe we should grill it. Bonefish grill. Remember that's
yeah. Okay. Got it.
So you're saying scapular like are you saying the scapular likes fish sticks?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What do you think he shoots out of the dart gun? Like little fish bones. With his spectral lips of
Hey, his shield kind of looks like a wok. So I wonder if he could fry up the fish bones in the wok.
Well, interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure there's like some historical accuracy to that's where woks came from, right?
I'm sorry, walk is a verb, it's an action. So that
walk, W-O-K.
Walk,
like that
not
song,
walk.
Walk Like a Man. It's like a grilling thing.
Okay.
Oh boy. I think the most amazing thing about role-playing games is that, you know, so many people talk about their their displays are organized to headcanon, their own headcanon. And that's a great thing about a role-playing game is you can absolutely run it any way that you want. You know, whoever your game master is going to take their own vision of what they want mythos to be to create stories for their characters. And I think that's going to be a really interesting and fun way. I can't wait to hear stories from people, like what shenanigans they get into on their adventures in their own version.
Or Bennigans.
Now, could the GM's vision be like no loot ever for anyone? Is that kind of what you're talking
I
about?
think what most GMs would think is that if you gave out loot like a, you know, stupid video game, that no one would appreciate the things that they get. So when they do find something, they are going to be very appreciative and attached to it. You know,
so like let's say that somebody came across like a dagger that like had some sort of special
They should
ability
probably
or
clean it
something.
up.
They would just, that you think that they would immediately like equip it, right, and use it.
you would hope that would happen.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, that would be the intent of
Okay.
something like that. Yes.
Gotcha. Because if a
It's
GM
not safe.
introduces,
I'd say that player
it-
that character probably needs like
Yeah.
a safety wellness check.
so if a GM introduces a new weapon with a special ability, there's probably a reason for it, and maybe you don't just throw it in your bag.
You
Most
know, I
definitely.
mean, that's possible. You know, every GM is going to be unique, and my personal experience, I would say, probably.
Gotcha. Okay.
For anybody who wants in on the inside jokes, please watch Allegiance Quest on the Let's Go Off-World podcast channel.
We need a new episode.
We do.
Oh, I'm so sad that you didn't just give $100 to Jesse. It's making me very sad now. Yeah, Steph has a good question. How do we come by those spectral lips? Is there a way that we can get those, or is there something we have to do?
You would have to be a spellcaster, someone that could invoke arcane spells in some way, and then then either find or learn the spell in some way.
You do have to remove the lips from a living person who's willingly giving them up, though.
That's not the version. I'm wait. Jesse's getting sidetracked. We're talking about the role-playing game, Jesse, not real life. So
What is this
I have
game?
been known to remove bodily parts from people and just kind of carry them around with me, so that's not a problem. Yeah.
I don't want to know where you're going to carry the lips, but we'll we'll remember that the game is supposed to be PG.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, well, that I know what's happening next episode.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
Someone's gonna laugh their ass off, and Graddick is gonna take it literally and collect that booty.
What's your favorite flower? Mine is two lips.
That was like a triple setup.
Eduardo de Jesus.
Graddick, I would like to loot the booty.
See what you have to look forward to, everybody.
That's awesome.
Can I make jerky out of the remainder of the cheeks?
I did have a question for Joe while he's here. Joe, do you think that we'll ever play D&D again, or?
Yeah. I mean, none of us are going to die soon, so we got plenty of time.
I just
right?
didn't know with Trevor's, like we're all trying to work around his schedule, and he's not ever able to go. So I didn't know if that was.
That's. I'm sure it'll come around eventually.
Some people leave their houses on a regular basis.
Why would you want to do that? It's hot out there, and there's people.
I didn't say want to.
Oh,
Have
gotcha.
to.
Gotcha.
There's one small workaround to that there for Trevor.
Mm.
Play without him, right? But he's on. Einsteck is unconscious the entire time, and the party has to decide what to do with him.
Einsteck's unconscious most of the game. while we're playing.
I think Patrick just solved all of our problems because we would know no difference.
Yeah.
You just have to carry him around with you. But
Carry him on my back like C-3PO.
Just make him a necklace.
His elf legs sticking up above your head.
Yeah.
Just wear him in front of you like the Vecna crab armor.
There you go.
I mean, it wouldn't
Like
protect
one of
you
those
much.
baby things that you like hold up to your chest. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Well,
What
hey,
else
do you want to do the giveaway,
Sure, we can do the giveaway.
or did you want to wait?
No, we can do the giveaway.
Let's do the giveaway.
All right.
Giveaway,
Once again, this is for
giveaway
a
now.
Legions magazine as well as a paintbrush set. You have 57 seconds to put in this hashtag. Not really. Go ahead and click it. Go ahead and do it. Do it. Click it. Click it, Jesse.
Eduardo de Jesus.
There you go. Dun, 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 dun. And the winner is
It's Red.
formerly of the
Congrats,
Brute
Greg.
Sale, wins another paintbrush set, and he wins the Legions magazine. So, Greg, I will get those off to you. I don't know if he even got my last package that I sent yet, but oh no,
Yeah, he had it.
did.
He had it
Yeah.
on Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
will get
Greg,
that
did
off.
you get
to him.
Curtis's package?
Yeah, Greg. Oh, Greg got my package.
Speaking of packages, one more thing I want to bring up here real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. We got a comment here from Eduardo de Jesus. Says congratulations, Greg. So
So, for folks watching that may not know, if you go to sourcehorseman.com, linked in the description of this show, it brings you to this page currently, which is the order Horror of Ein Small, 30% off normal retail price.
Horrors
Right
of I'm So Small.
that joke's never going to get old. And if you come over here, it says gaming, and you click on
Ooh.
that tab, and it brings you to the role-playing game page, which has a lot of information. You can go over all the stuff they're officially telling us right now. You can subscribe for additional updates from Four Horsemen. And if you click on this link here, follow the project on Kickstarter. It takes you over here to the Kickstarter landing page, because this isn't active or alive yet or whatever. So Kent Pool, this is not live. I don't know, my computer's freaking out. But it brings you to the Mythic Legions role-playing game, where you can notify on launch and sign up, and be ready for when this goes active to maybe get one of the gold and black deluxe cleric / paladin figures.
One
when
of the
Kickstarter
good
goes
things
live.
about this, if you follow it, the more people that follow it, the more people that Kickstarter will share it with. And we definitely want to get this out to more people. The more popular it is, the better it'll be for all of us.
And I saw on Jeremy's show there were some people asking about why Kickstarter, and it's just it's a platform that reaches a lot of folks that may not otherwise know about your stuff. Obviously, we know of our community that buy the toys and stuff, but there's also this secondary, the role-playing game community that has no idea, in some instances, who the Four Horsemen are, or Mythic Legions are, but they do a lot of role-playing game kind of searches for stuff on Kickstarter. So it's just a great place to, put this out there, because there's already people searching for that stuff on a regular basis. But yeah, to Joe's point, go out there and hit that notify so that, Kickstarter knows this is something that people are interested in. And then, maybe some more people will get to see that. So
It's kind of like when a YouTube show goes live and people like and comment, it lets Trevor know that it's active. So
very similar.
If you do that for a Kickstarter, and don't do it just for this. If there's other stuff you're into, like that, was it the Legends of Ramayan or for those awesome figures that Eric Miller worked on, for Horsemen worked on,
Yeah, and if you're interested, I mean, there is other role playing game stuff out there on Kickstarter that when you go out there, you may be interested in. Whether you like role playing as like a naughty doctor or like a student that's kind of doing
so
terribly.
Nate has asked if
tutoring.
anyone has mentioned what the non-SDC colors are, and I don't believe we've gotten a confirmation on those yet.
No.
So,
but the role playing community, the role playing communities are massive. So getting more of those role playing communities interested in the Mythic Legions RPG could bring a lot of new people into the figure collecting, which would be amazing. Because I personally feel like the coolest thing about the Mythic Legions role playing game is that you can you can create your character as a Mythic Legions figure. I know those custom miniature websites are massively popular right now. And spoiler alert. And they're cool. They are very cool. And you'll definitely want a miniature. But having being able to create your character as a Mythic Legions, that just the detail and depth of what you can do is just amazing. Like that is a fine example, Jesse.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that's going to be a huge draw to people.
Yeah.
Without a pencil.
Some other role-playing things could be like the repairman and the homeowner. That's another one.
Patrick, what colors do you think we might see on some of these things?
Colors?
Like for the palette, how it's the black and gold for SDCC. What do you have any theories for the colors we might see?
I would love to see a blue robed clear. Yeah, for a different version of that. Love to see a full green robed wizard would be excellent to have. It'd be really cool to see a new elf ranger.
Okay. Curtis, Joe, any thoughts on colors you'd want to see on those?
Well, for a paladin of Aetheron, the white and gold, to emulate the colors of like the Aetheron's banner would be neat,
Okay.
I guess any of the colors that really the banners are probably the way to go, like red and black for that I'm drawing a blank, but every faction has a set of colors for their banner, so it would be fun to get a lot of that variety out there, even if not all at once, but at least down the line as the different books are released, maybe get a few more.
Well, let me throw this question out. Go ahead, Curtis.
Yeah. So Frank Adami and the Cabal had put these kind of digital renders together as an idea a while back. I think something like this would be excellent for the game. Like these kind of faction packs that would allow you to take a paladin, cleric, warrior, whatever, fighter, barbarian, whatever, and immediately change it to whatever faction or whatever that you wanted. So just put a few of these together, and I think like this one here, this Arethyr one, I think is fantastic. I love that. I think Joe, didn't you say you liked this one, this Aetheron?
Yeah, the Templar colors for the Order of Aetheron. That is really cool.
So, I mean, this is obviously something fan created and stuff, but I think something like that would allow you to, take a standard kind of builder figure, not builder in the sense of like we think of Legion builder where it doesn't have the paint apps, but it kind of a standard figure, and then change it into whatever faction that you're choosing or whatever species that you're choosing, that kind of thing, I think would be really freaking cool for this. Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I saw that post or not, but I was just going to suggest the same thing. Like, do you think it would be possible for the studio? We know there's a lot of people that make awesome soft goods, but would you buy faction or just other color packs like you just showed? So the fact that someone put all the effort into that, I feel bad that I missed that, but that's awesome. And yeah, it's exactly what I was going to ask.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, when I was looking at those, like, I don't know that I necessarily need like the banner and stuff, or even the 3D big giant heavy shields and stuff. But even just like if you just did the tabards, like a tabards and a heads pack, maybe you do a heads pack that has, a Jagualian and a vampire and a skeleton head, like you do like a heads pack that has a bunch of the different species. You do, a tabards pack that has the different factions and stuff, and then you can, transform your character. I think would be super awesome.
Yeah, it'd be cool to get like a big set. It's like, all right, here's the flock set. You've got, your soft goods for the 1 and 2.0 figures, maybe, and then a couple different or maybe there's a 1.0 and a 2.0 with a different scale size packs or whatever.
Because it's like when you think about it. Like just in terms of regular, like let's not even think about the role-playing game because there's certain things that we can't talk about. But like if you just think about it in terms of D&D, right? And you think about all the different like classes that you can get, right? And then you think of all the different races that you can have. And then you put them together. It's like, okay, now you've got a plethora of they're not going to put one out for each, right? They're not going to put a human barbarian and an orc barbarian and a vampire barbarian. They're not going to put out like 5 characters for that profession and then 5-6 characters for another one. So you got to find a way to be able to transform it into what you're trying to create. And so I think they've proven over the years that they're really good at that, at figuring out ways to make it work. I mean, heck, the Armory experience is a great just showing of that they throw all these options out there and you kind of go through and pick it. I don't know. We'll see what they come up with. I'm sure it's going to be something really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to see what we're going to get, what direction they're going with it.
Pretty cool to see as builder sets, like the barbarian builder set or like the orc builder set. I don't think it needs to go as big as like the 2-figure builder set, like the zombies. Doesn't need to go quite that route, but like now with like the face plates that they're doing, they can literally do a face plate of every race.
Yeah.
Or with that chainmail or for that helmeted head. And a little thing to swap out, like you want a Jagualian? Cool. You got a little cat face in that helmet, or skeleton already exists for that. A lot of little things they can do.
And the nice thing is, like you're saying, Pat, with the faceplates, with just repainting existing heads or swapping faceplates, it's all stuff that's been tooled, so there's no new investment in, unless obviously some new races that might need a new faceplate, but they have the base design of that. Or in the soft goods, once they have the pattern and stuff for that, it's just a matter of picking the right fabrics, the right colors, and then if there's the tampos or the insignias and stuff on them, so that'd be an easy thing to go into production and keep. Because if they're offering this stuff to like game stores, and this is not evergreen, I'm not saying evergreen, but if it's something like that where they do a new shipment of stuff, it'd be again, I don't know business side, but from how they've talked about stuff like this might be easier to put a new batch with like some different color schemes or different factions to get
Jeremy
occupations or whatever.
Jeremy did say that retailers 100% will be able to carry whatever's in the Kickstarter.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is very nice to hear, because they've actually worked that into how the Kickstarter is running for that to happen, versus the original first two figure Kickstarters. If the business wanted to get in on that, a retailer, they had to back the Kickstarter
Yeah.
to get the items. So I
Yeah,
think
I know,
might be a separate tier for them. Maybe they were doing it afterwards. It's successful. Let's see how they work it out.
I know one thing that Cameron talked about when he was on here with us is that they really want to make sure that they're supporting the like your local gaming stores and stuff, right? Like they don't want to just have a Kickstarter that tears away and does real well and this and that, but then once people have it, like they can't find anything at their local game store, or there's stuff that's in the Kickstarter that's not available through them and stuff. So they really want to make sure that they're supporting those folks because I mean they're really asking those folks to take a chance on this, right? Like this is a new role-playing game, like and so in order to put money into it and stock it and try to sell it, like you got to make sure that you're supporting them. So it'll be interesting. It's definitely new territory for them. These are retailers that, I mean, there you could see normal retailers that we normally see like Big Bad Toy Store carry it and things like that, but they're also going to be dealing with retailers that they've never dealt with, right? That they've never sold a single figure to. So
Sure. I know there's one retailer that's been on the approved retailer list for a couple years now, called Red Cap's Corner, I think. It's actually a tabletop RPG gaming store from South Philadelphia.
Nice.
So
nice.
they definitely have that community. At least that one small section has something Mythic in their store.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great idea. My love of role-playing games is what got me interested in Mythic Legions in the first place. I saw the Gold Knight on eBay back in the day and was just like, hey, a gold armored knight, that's my paladin right there. And immediately got excited for it.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, like some other good role-playing options would be like the pizza delivery boy. That's a good one.
Jordan,
Maybe
it would
like
be
an
more
artist
like
in their muse.
the Wild Robot, not the Anna Paquin movie, because she's not a good rogue.
Maybe like a masseuse and a client.
he had said a druid that since you like bears so much, you should play a druid.
I tried playing a druid in my last campaign. It was one of my two characters, and I don't know if Curtis is waiting for me to unmic him just so I have to do it because he can do it himself.
I think I did it, but you redid it. Meanwhile, I got Darlo across the room going, dude.
I couldn't figure out the character of that druid, and it just didn't work. So I was gonna have him leave the campaign, but that was we finished the story and our campaign ended, and I've never seen those people again.
Curtis has a special ability where he can be a donkey regardless of his class. So that's pretty cool.
There you go.
But that's a lot of fun things too. Speaking of the druid, we've got that Ninian druid character coming out. In the retailer exclusive wave next year. That's going to be a fun one to add to our characters that we can have in the Mythic Legions role-playing game. So there's a lot of great inspiration for characters and things like that in the line. I don't know. I'm just really excited to implement things myself and to see what ideas people come up with, that can be implemented into my games. I'm not above borrowing ideas from other people if they're ones that I feel like would fit, so it's going to be a good time. I can't wait to see what people do with the role-playing game. There's so many creative people, like even I guess for the people who maybe are not familiar with role-playing games, if you take like toy photography, it's just imagining a scene in your head, right? And building it out. And that's kind of like what role-playing is. You're just imagining these scenes and setting them up and then just guiding characters through them. So it's really not as difficult as I think a lot of people might imagine that they are.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
I think
Distracted by the sideshow question.
I think one of the things that is going to for this community, obviously folks that are already into role playing stuff that have their group of people or whatever, if they go and pick this up and they're already doing something else, it's probably going to be a lot easier for them. But for people that are in this community that collect the toys that maybe have never played this before, I think maybe not having a GM that has that experience that can kind of help guide them through that is going to be one of the bigger obstacles for folks. And I know, you've said it's really not that hard, like anybody can do this, but wanted to pick both your guys' brains. Well, really all three of you guys, because you have way more experience than I do, even though I am naturally gifted. What would be your piece of advice that you would have for folks that they're like, I just don't have that GM that knows what they're doing that can help me through this?
Who do you want to start with, Curtis?
We'll start with Jesse. He's got his hand up.
Yeah.
If the GM doesn't know what they're doing and the rest of the group doesn't know what they're doing, the rest of the group doesn't know what the GM doesn't know that he's doing.
You have a dizzying logic.
So we're saying if they don't know you're doing it wrong, they can't tell you you're doing it wrong. But no, I would just say, seriously though, like just jump in, have fun. I mean, every new game of D&D is a learning experience because you got to learn your players. Like Joe's got to deal with all the bullshit we do to figure out how we're going to pick up the threads he's putting down for us and not, no, I mean, all of it. We've all made some goofy things, not goofy things, you know what I mean? So it's, have fun, figure it out together. And, you're not going to be Matt Mercer and Critical Role on your first session. If you are, kudos, you're all special, gifted, touched people. So Curtis, just imagining you being the GM and all 7 players at the same time. Like there's 8 of you. They're the people behind Vox Machina. And they're just all perfect at the game and the voices and getting into character and knowing their moves and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pat.
First rule of role playing, have fun. It's all about having fun. You're playing these characters the way you want to play them. The game master is there to guide the adventure party, but they aren't the adventure. The adventure party is the adventure. It all works as a cohesive whole. Plus, anytime a game master has a story, an adventure all planned out, he or she would only outline it, because once you roll the dice for the very first session, your entire story could go right out the window, right from the get-go. And you know what? That's all part of fun. Also, rules are great and all for in the game, but there's one rule that is kind of an unwritten rule that I at least go by, and that is the rule of cool. Okay? Whether or not you think it will actually work or it's actually fun, you roll for it. Okay? There's no right or wrong answer. You just roll. Sometimes the dice will say yes. Sometimes the dice will say you're dead. You just never know.
Yeah, I think that's a good way. I know Joe has talked to us before. Never say no, assign difficulty, right? Joe, isn't that like the thing?
Yeah, that's an old rule that I use. So I just don't want Curtis to get excited. The rule of cool in our game is called cheating, so keep it to yourself. But yeah, there's nuances to the game. I think that is it my turn to jump in? I don't want to.
Absolutely.
Don't say no, assign difficulty, because you don't want the the players to feel like they're not allowed to do things, you know, oh, I can only do what the GM lets me do. Where you're assigning difficult, like if you assign difficulty, make the challenge, you know, the checks for the challenges a lot harder if it's something that you feel isn't reasonable. But if they roll a natural 20, they get to have their hero moment. You know, I jumped across the gorge, you know, even though there was no way I should have been able to do that. That can be a cool hurrah moment in a game. But I think that the big thing about getting started with role-playing games is like the first time you tried to ride a bike, you weren't, you know, doing backflips on it. You got on and, you know, you had some difficulty, you wavered around. Maybe it wasn't as easy as you thought it would be, but you stuck with it and kept trying. And eventually there you go. Right. Role-playing, I think is just that way. And all you need is a slight familiarity with it. Pick now with YouTube, you have these great resources. Pick a group of people that you enjoy watching, playing the game, watch some episodes, get a general idea of how it works, and then just get together with your friends. When I started out, you know, it was me and my friends, and we had, you know, an older guy that was a GM. He only played a few games, and we were just like, forget the old guy. Let's do this, you know, and we started running games for each other, and it was a lot of trial and error. And you can stop if you're not doing a game online for an audience. Stop and look up a rule. It's not a big deal, you know? And that's the main thing, is just stick with it and have fun doing it. And eventually, you know, after a few games, that was kind of the progression of Allegiance Quest. You know, you can see in our first 2 or 3 episodes, there was that we're learning, you know, the game. And then, man, once everybody kind of had a general idea of how their character worked, zoom, it just took off, and everybody was able to get into the role playing and you know, the stats part of it and the rules part of it, which really should be secondary to having fun, just gets to be kind of second nature, and you're off just having fun with your pals. So
very cool. All right, what else, guys?
Can I roll one little story into that?
Yeah, you can roll whatever you want.
I'm not going to say the DM's name because I don't remember who it was, but I saw a clip the other day where a DM was talking about how they started a campaign, and the whole thing was this wedding that the players were at, but they knew the bride didn't really want to marry the groom, so they kidnap her and like to save her. So she's like, "Oh, thank you for," so like but that was just supposed to be the setup like event. But they totally, because they decided to take action and kidnap the princess and run away, it totally changed the campaign. So it shifted into like this whole other thing that the DM didn't have planned. So like, even if, like Patrick was saying, you can have it all planned out, but depending on some batshit crazy idea that one of your players has that they all suddenly agree to, or some dice rolls, it's going to be completely different.
I like to feel like I'm an agent of chaos.
You're an agent of something.
I was going to say that.
I don't know if chaos was the word that I would use, but you know, that's part of the fun of it, you know, is just getting in there and just, you know, doing your thing. And
yes, we definitely learned how to not pause the recording.
No, we definitely learned how to not unpause the recording.
Yeah.
You know, but that's it. It's trial and error. Try things out. Have fun with it. You know, I'm not a big prep guy. I get a general idea of stories and NPCs, but I don't over prepare, because you never know what direction the story is going to go. You don't want to write out a novel of what's going to happen and then, you know, have some dumbass PC kill an important NPC during a fight in a tavern, you know, and then, but then you can just grab that and be like, oh no, he's trapped in hell, and now the characters have to go rescue him and go completely off script, you know, and things like that. So you can take things that are unfortunate accidents and turn them into an adventure in and of itself.
I'm going to embiggen myself, folks, for a second. In case you haven't you're not caught up with Legion's Quest, and you're kind of listening to Joe besmirch my name, and you're not sure kind of what's going on.
I never brought up Curtis's name.
He introduces this character that like he makes him annoying as shit, right? He makes this NPC like the most annoying character that nobody wants to be around. Then he has him get like super like beat up in the fight, and then he starts like pooping on him, right? He's getting defecated all over. And I'm like, I'm not gonna let this guy, as much as I don't like him, I'm not gonna let him die by being pooped on. So I'm gonna give him a warrior's death. So yeah.
Which this was over the course of the whole, first season, and he grew as a character and was much, pardon me, less annoying by the time that we got to this.
So why did you defecate on him? That's what I never.
He was desiccated, dehydrated.
Oh my
Curtis.
I think that was before he was looking upward.
So he wasn't being covered in poop?
No, he was
No.
not. The only person that pooped on him was you, Curtis.
I gotta apologize. I thought the guy was getting pooped on. I thought I was saving him from a death by poop. So that's my bad. That's my bad. I'll own that.
But the point of that, we're having fun with this. But there are things that can happen that are unexpected during the game, and they can be minor things. Cutting the hand off of a bandit, for example, can lead to fun questing and adventures down the line.
When
just
Joe
because
is your DM, everything's a minor thing.
Yeah, that would be be accurate.
All things are minor except for separating from the group. You separate from the group, Joe's gonna have something for you. So
that's the fun part.
Yeah,
GMs get to enjoy themselves too. Thank you very much. It's great when there's a character like Curtis, and you're just like, you just have a pretty girl with some food be like, hey, why don't you come into the kitchen so I can backstab you? 100% of the time it's going to work 100% of the time. So
I mean, it was a pretty girl and she had food for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? So
that's what you call an ambush, folks. that one was one of my easier encounters. Of course,
back. Yeah.
I forgot that Curtis hadn't healed up after the last encounter, and Graddock went down really fast, and that was unfortunate because as a GM you're like, ha ha ha, I got him, and then you're like, oh shit, I got him. So,
I thought I was going to go down, but not like that. So
yeah, okay. Keep it PG, buddy. But
I'm dying. I'm talking about dying. Gosh.
Oh, okay. It
was all about the food.
It was.
That is true. It was about the food, because you even said like there was like this aroma like coming from the kitchen. It smelled like some of the finest cooked meats and stuff, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
I totally Scooby-Dooed Curtis. Yeah,
yeah. I was like doing one of these.
He was floating through the air on the scent of an apple pie.
Yeah. Well. We couldn't let you guys go without doing this little new segment that we've got here, where Jesse at one point apparently booed a wedding proposal. Now, he has told the story before, but he's since said that he's not telling the story anymore. So now we've had our guests come on and tell their version of what the story would be, because sometimes when you hear a story from somebody, you're only hearing their side of it, and you don't know how much of it is like truthful and how much of it is their take on it. So we like to see what our guests say, what they think happened. And so who wants to start, Joe or Patrick? Which one do you want to go first?
I'll go.
All right, Patrick is up first. So Patrick is going to tell us what happened where Jesse
go get my
booed
fork,
a wedding
Patrick?
proposal.
Oh, no forks needed this time, Jesse. And I will say, Jesse did tell me this in confidence that he used to do this thing. So I'm breaking that here, but it's important for the story. So
sure.
The year is 2005, December. Just days before Christmas. And all year long for 2005, Jesse, for every important decision of his day, he would roll a d20 to determine, what do I eat for breakfast? What do I eat for dinner? What movie do I go see?
I
Oh,
knew
yeah.
there had to be a reason
So
he saw it on with Dick and Jane. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this the day that, I tell my boss, to go pound sand? So, instead, so on the December the 21st, Jesse wakes up. Oh, it's new movie day. It's a Friday. What movie am I going to go see today? So he doesn't roll for that right away. First, he rolls for his breakfast. He's a little hungry. He's hoping for some ham and eggs. Unfortunately, he rolled very low, like a 3. So he ended up having to eat leftover pizza rolls from the night before.
Mm,
So his day's not starting off all that great.
no.
But over breakfast he's seeing, new movies are out. Okay, well, hey, look, Godzilla came out last week, or King Kong came out last week. That would be really cool to see. Oh, Brokeback Mountain's out. Maybe I'll go see that.
Oh,
And then, he said, okay, I got these movies. Oh, fun with Dick and Jane. Oh, Jim Carrey's probably not terrible. Well, let's see. I'll roll for it. And he was hoping for King Kong and fun with Dick and Jane. So he's like, okay, well, Jim Carrey can't be that bad. What time do I go see this movie? He rolls for that. Okay, it's an early afternoon show. I'll have the whole night ahead of me afterwards. Okay, so he gets ready, goes out to the movie theater, rolls for, do I get popcorn and a soda for this, or do I just sit here and just watch the movie? Well, he didn't roll for he didn't get the popcorn, but he did get diet soda.
Not good.
No. So, and of course, he has the dice. He always carries it with him in case he's got to roll and say, "Oh, I'm running low on gas. Do I get gas?" But he always has the dice on him. So he goes, sits down in the movie theater, and witnesses somebody proposing, probably somebody who was there just for the Christmas holiday. Whole family there to go see a movie. The guy decides, I'm going to propose in the movie theater. And Jesse's like, yeah, I should roll, see, if I clap, before I ignore it. And Jesse rolled a 1.
Oh,
So he had to stand up and boo. The dice dictated Jesse's actions that day. And that's the story that Jesse told me.
Now, Patrick, what
say-
kind of impact do you feel like that may have had on the couple from that day? Do you feel like that, it was just a fun story that they told for the rest of time, or do you think that was the thing that broke them up?
I think she actually left the theater that day. I think they didn't even get married. I think she was so mortified to be asked to be married in a movie theater.
Wow.
I don't think it had anything to do with Jesse, but I think it probably didn't help. But yeah, they're definitely not together. But I think she later said probably 3 or 4 years later she found somebody that else. He did not. So
wow, still single today, man.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's a version of the story, folks. That could be the version. We don't know. But next we've got Joe G up. Joe, what's your version of the story?
Gosh, my version's not nearly as complex. Now, we all know Jesse, and Jesse's a very nice guy, and there was no way that he would intentionally boo a wedding proposal.
You would think not.
You would think not, but there was this a beautiful scene put on where a man was proposing to a woman in the theater, my dearest love, who I would love, only wish to spend the rest of my life with you. And these things are going on, and all of these very sweet emotions were wearing very heavily on Jesse. And he was a bit distracted when he heard a voice come from behind him saying, "Oi, hello, puppet. Would you like some of my popped corn?" And of course, unbeknownst to our hero, Jesse has an aversion for the popped corn. So at that point, he went, "No, boo, boo," of course, to the popcorn, but the people on the stage participating in the wedding proposal had no idea that was going on, and that the boos were for the popped corn and not for their wedding proposal. And unfortunately, the man went to take the ring out of his pocket to finish the proposal, and it was gone for some reason. I don't know why, but he was never able to complete that because for some odd reason, the ring that he had bought, just seemed to vanish, and we have no idea where that could have ended up. So, yeah.
Interesting. Well, there you go, folks. There's 2 new versions of the story. Which one is the correct one? We may never know, but we will continue to do this all the way through the rest of this year, hoping to get to the real story. Jesse?
My whole point in not telling the story was not to bore people again with it over and over after telling it multiple times. So,
I think we just gave the folks out there a little view of what it's like to be a GM, because these guys just came on and told amazing stories with very little setup. So,
yes.
Yeah.
And I will say this, both of you told that story in a way to where it didn't paint me out to be a complete intentional asshole. So I really appreciate that.
So that's why they're not
I was bound by my integrity to the dice rolls, and I was just reacting to my natural kryptonite as it would.
Oh, you're a wonderful human being, Jesse. So you would never intentionally be that rotten to somebody.
I guess we'll find out at the end of the year when I have to tell the final real version of the story.
There you go. And if we could find that couple, that would be the best. Like if we could
have them come in and tell their version of it.
The end of December, no. I go, Jesse, this is the couple. We found them. And bring them
if they are not happily together or at least happy in their lives and still friends, I don't want to know.
Okay, let's see. Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Fun with Dick and Jane.
No.
I could maybe if I can reach out to the
I was
theater.
not in Pennsylvania.
Ah, damn it. Where were you at?
If there's some other couple that got booed at a movie theater for Dick and Jane that wasn't the one I was at, that would be amazing.
Was it in Pennsylvania?
No.
Oh, where was it at?
I'm not telling now.
I'm going to put up a billboard. Did you get proposed to at Fun with Dick and Jane and get booed? If so, you may be entitled to some compensation.
And their compensation is they get to come on shooting the shelf.
Call this number.
Compensation is a used DVD copy of Fun with Dick and Jane.
Some brushes from art by Akerman.
Insult to injury. All right.
In a 5-pound bag of wing adapters.
There you go. So yeah, folks. Mythic RPG game. Make sure you're following it. Hit that notify on the Kickstarter. Make sure you're checking it out on the Source Horsemen page. Hit that Nat 20 on Facebook. And guys, what else you got coming up, or anything else that you want people to know about? We'll start with you, Patrick.
I'll be helping out Anthony Halseel at the Toy Forge at RetroCon. Table at RetroCon in September. Mm-hmm. After that, then it's just Legion's Con. I will be starting a D&D campaign soon with Anthony, Jonathan Hedgehog, Brett Stoddard, and Nathaniel Armstrong.
Well, that's going to get weird.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
In a good way. In a good way.
It's gonna be fun. Those four guys with the adventure party. That's gonna be a fun GMing that.
Heck
But
yeah.
anybody who is interested in GMing and would like the notes that from my campaign, things that I'm doing, how I'm incorporating mythos into D&D without knowing what's in the book, just getting the flavor in there, message me. I'll freely give you any of that information you want.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, Joe would also do that, but he doesn't write anything down or prepare. So
No. Not at all.
Can I ask what Nate's class is?
Yeah, I'll give you the class for all four. Nate Armstrong is playing a Jagrellian monk. He hasn't yet decided whether he's going to be from the Order of Etheron or the Convocation yet.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick just because I want to make this joke. I just imagine him like Star-Lord from Guardians 2 when he realizes he's got powers and he can make something like, oh, I'm going to make some weird shit.
yeah, I was fully expecting him to play like some race that doesn't even exist. So
I was giving him free option. Like, would you be surprised that Brett Stoddard didn't want to play a skeleton?
I would be shocked at that.
Yeah, he's playing a human paladin.
Wow.
You know, from the Sons of the Red
Yes.
Star. Sons of the Red
Brett.
Star paladin. So that's gonna be fun.
Well,
Brett, blink twice if
John-
you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
Jonathan
kidnapped Brett
wants to
and
play a
took his
vampire.
place?
Okay.
A
Awesome.
vampire wizard. So it's gonna be fun.
Very
Hell
nice.
yeah.
That's fun.
I gotta figure
Joe,
that out. How do I
Joe,
do a
what you got
mythic
coming up?
vampire?
I want to keep plugging Allegiance Quest just because I'm having so much fun doing it that I want people to check it out, and also I think it's a pretty good primer for the Mythic Legions RPG that's coming. You know, it's not official content, but it's fun content and give you a basic idea how to play the game. So if you're interested in checking it out, Allegiance Quest on the Let's Go Offworld podcast channel. You can also find me every Friday night on Let's Go Offworld, and usually Saturday nights on Oz's Clubhouse.
What Joe meant to say is you can find him on Friday nights on the new Let's Go Offworld with 100% more rage. So yeah.
Yeah, that.
Gentlemen, it was awesome having
apparently
you.
Brett's sitting in his hotel room playing with his paladin.
Oh,
That's my code word
If
for
that
it too.
means something.
Yeah.
and that's another role play that you guys can do. So
Yeah.
Polishing the armor.
Just play with him till he smites. So.
yeah. Oh, God.
Right. No, it's a D&D. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
what Paladins
sure
Is
do.
that a
Yeah.
divine smite?
I mean, if you're lucky.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, gentlemen, we appreciate you being on. This was a ton of fun.
Absolutely.
We look forward to seeing you at Legions Con. And yeah, until then, just have fun. We will put you backstage. If you've got to run, we totally get it. If not, hang out and we will be back with you as soon as we wrap up the show.
Thanks for having us, fellas.
Yep.
Night,
Later.
everybody.
Being here, guys.
That's I think that's a show. We have one next week too, right?
It's a show. Maybe.
What is that?
Probably.
Yeah. Is that baby goats?
What's what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, next week we could do have a show. I'm sure we'll have a guest. One of us will get one. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It was fun talking about the Mythic Legions role-playing game. It's really annoying talking about the Mythic Legions role-playing game because there's so much Curtis and Joe and I aren't allowed to say yet. It's funny. Like, you know how to turn that stuff off.
I didn't know you wanted me to.
I just figured you would. I was just letting it go to see how long you would put up.
I was
with
going to
it.
let it go the rest of the time.
I don't know what I was saying, but yeah, we're looking forward to the game. Make sure you go to the website. Remember, you got a week for your horror of.
I'm so small.
Nope.
Jesse's so small too. We're both so small.
Go see Superman. Go see Fantastic Four. Go see How to Train Your Dragon.
Make sure you pick up an
$80
extra
or $90
one of Jesse's figure, an extra one of my figures, so you can have Shooting the Shelf on your shelves as well.
Don't buy an $80 popcorn bucket. Buy Legions, or
What about the one that's like a car that you can put stuff in? No.
I mean, you can put all of them. I mean, they're popcorn buckets. You can put popcorn in all of them. I mean, technically, you can put whatever you want in them. I guess if you were so inclined.
Okay,
but it's a popcorn bucket. Like, it'll be cool for the moment, but it'll be like those glow sticks you wanted when you were a kid. You go to like a firework festival or something. They give you like the glow stick or the necklace. And your parents didn't want to spend $5 on it because they knew it would like be worn out by the time you got home, and it always was. But you try to put it in the freezer anyway. It's like a waste of $5, but a lot more.
Did they only light up at night?
But they were the glow in the dark, like those little like.
Right, but did they only light up at night, or were they day glow?
They could light up. I don't think they were copyright day glow. Yeah, use the giant head of Galactus to wash your art by Akerman brushes. Absolutely.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, folks. We'll be back next week with another show, another guest or guests or guestesses. Who knows?
I do have a video how they do that dropping tomorrow morning. Amazing. He is talking to us all about posing action figures. So if you got those bland ass generic vanilla poses on your shelf and you need some really cool ones, tune in tomorrow morning and Amazing will show you how to pose your action figures.
Maybe you can get it into this pose.
It's possible. I don't know how I would get my action figure's arm to kind of separate in the middle like that and have that space where it's not connected.
Pop and swap. Hello.
Pop and float.
All right. Until next time.
One more thing. There's still a few people watching. If you haven't already, need to make sure that you go and subscribe to Hedgehog Action YouTube channel. Last I checked, he was over 950, not quite to 1,000 yet, but he is on the way. So until next time, Jesse, what's your show?
Hedgehog Action, the race to 1,000. Subscribe now, or get poked by a porcupine. Run, 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 run. Race to 1,000. Subscribe to Hedgehog Action on YouTube. Eat shit, Sonic Hedgehog Action is faster. Eat to do every other hedgehog. Because Jonathan is the best to leave that gooey gooey goo.